Alright, welcome to Mr. Nelson's YouTube video. Today, these are our notes from class, for class today. So what you need is you need your composition notebook and you need a pencil so that you can write this stuff down. Alright, first, just like in every other note, we need to write down today's date and the target. So, just like our other notes, we write down today's date and the target for the day. The target is on the backboard. We read it already. It says learn how to multiply decimals. So after today you will know how to multiply decimals. Alright, so steps. We've got step 1. Step 1 is to line up your place value. Okay, I don't mean line up the tenths with the tenths place. I just mean whatever your place value you have, you line it up with the number in the other one. So if you've got 2.5 and 0.4, you're going to line up your 4 with the 5. If you've got 2.56 and 0.4, you're going to line up the 4 with the 6. Okay? Your next step is to multiply or solve. So step 1 is to line up your place value. Step 2 is to multiply or solve. Step 3 is to count your decimals. Step 3 is to count your decimals. So we'll go over what that actually means here in just a second. Okay? But step 1, line up your place value, multiply or solve. Now count the decimals from your question. Okay? Step 4. Step 4 is to place your decimals in your answer. Okay? What that means is how many you counted. You need to place it in your answers. Okay? So, step 1, line up your place value. Step 2, solve. Step 3, count your decimals. Step 4, place your decimal in your answer, how many times you counted. Okay? In our example, we'll go over what that means exactly. Alright? On your sheet, make sure you have that nice little spot on the corner, just like what we did yesterday. Have that nice little spot in the corner for this example that we're about to do. Okay, so here's our example. We've got 4 and 8 82/100ths, 4 and 82/100ths, and 3 and 4/10ths. Okay, your very first step is to line up your place value. So if you look, what I did is I lined up that 2 with the 4, that 8 with the 3. Okay, that's all. We're not lining up our decimals, we're just lining up our place value. Okay, so if we continue, remember no placeholders. Okay, so if you look in our multiplication, we didn't put any placeholders. Okay, if we would have lined up our decimals, you would have thought, oh, I need to put a placeholder. But when we multiply, we don't need any placeholders in our question. Okay, then we do step 2. Step 2 is to solve. So we multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. 4 times 8 is 6. Or not 16. 4 times 8 is 32. You put the 2 at the bottom. You put the 3, carry the 3 up to the 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Add that 3 to the 16 and you get 19. Alright, then we did put a placeholder here because when we multiply, when we are multiplying that next number, we have to add a 0 first. Okay, then we do 3 times 2, we got 6. 3 times 8, 3 times 4, and we end up with 14,460. Now we know that multiplication is just repeated addition, so we know we need to add those together. And we end up with 16,388. Okay. Then our third step is to count how many decimals we had. There's 1, 2, and 3. And so in our answer, we need to count the 1, 2, and 3 and put our decimal. Alright, so you can see that you need to count your decimals 1, 2, and 3. And that is the only difference than regular multiplication and multiplying with decimals is you count 1, 2, and 3 answer choices. And so in your answer, you have to count that 1, 2, and 3 and place your decimal. Okay? Make sure that you have all these notes in your notebook. I will explain what we do next in just a second. Oh, no. Here's what you'll do. Instead of me explaining, I'll explain in the video. What we have is we're going to do scavenger hunt and connect 4 with multiplying decimals. So, if you are a red card, meaning if you are a heart or a diamond at your table, if you are a heart or a diamond, you will be doing the scavenger hunt first. If you are a black card or a spade or a clover, I need you to do the Connect 4. How this works is you've got a Connect 4 sheet that I will hand to you. You will answer the questions that are in the envelope, and if you find the answer on your Connect 4 sheet, you mark it out. Okay? If you find your answer on your Connect 4 sheet, you mark it out. For the scavenger hunt, I need you to do the scavenger hunt in your composition notebook. So on a fresh, clean sheet of paper, right at the top, scavenger hunt. Right at the top, scavenger hunt. Then go to one of the questions around the room. Go to one of the questions around the room and start on it. How it works is you go from one question to the next, to the next. You look for your answer around the room after you answer your question. Look for your answer around the room to check your answer, okay? That is what we're going to do in class today. I will let you know if there is anything else.